Hi everyone, this is Naomi and I'm coming to you today with my weekly wrap-up in a way, but also my Step Right Upathon TBR. So I'm very excited to participate in it. It sounds really fun and I love the variety that there is in those prompts for Step Right Upathon. So starting off with my wrap-up, I just finished one book today for the week. I have not read, I've been reading, but I haven't like finishing. So I'm in the middle of New Boy by Tracy Cavalier, I believe is how you pronounce her name, and she it's like a fellow retelling. So I'm a little bit into like 20% of the way through that. I'm reading it as an ebook. I'm also 170 pages into The Book Thief for my buddy read, and it's very interesting. I feel like The Book Thief is like the holy grail of historical fiction, at least World War II historical fiction. So it's like, it's so daunting, but it's also such a breeze to read, and it's very, very sad so far. So I'm really enjoying it. I love how it's written as well, so I'm excited to keep reading it next week. Then I'm also about 60% of the way through Phantom of the Opera, and I'm very much enjoying it. I didn't know it was horror, and I should have known that. I should have assumed that, but I didn't. So it's good. Not what I expected though. So I'm interested to finish it and see how it differs from what I've seen on stage and on screen. So yeah, those are the books I'm in the middle of, as well as listening to Sense and Sensibility. I have been listening to that. I think I'm like 30% of the way through the audiobook, and I'm very much enjoying it as well. So those are the books I'm currently reading. As you can tell, it's a lot. And I just finished the last lecture by Randy Pollart. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, but it was an audiobook. It made me cry. I still feel like I might be a little red in the face from just listening to it and sobbing at the end, but it was a perfect book. So very glad I finished that, but very tearjerker of if you ever read it, or if you haven't read it, you should. So yeah, that's one. Now, for my Step Right Upathon TBR, I'm gonna try throwing in my books that I'm in the middle of, kind of, on the TBR, just so I can, you know, finish. I'll be finishing them out soon, so why not throw them there? So, for the Step Right Upathon, there are 5 challenges, 5 things to complete, 5 books. I believe you can double up if you want. I'm gonna try not to, but I can if I need to. So, here they go. The first one is to read a book that's over 5 years old or that takes you for a ride. So all of these prompts are like roller coaster or fair themed, so it's very interesting. Now the one I'm doing for that one is actually going to be Of Mice and Men. I'm buddy reading this with my friend, and it's very short, so I haven't started it yet, but I'll probably start it next week right before we talk, so I have it fresh in my mind. Now, the next one is to read a book about dragons, or that you roll a dice and you find out what it is. So I rolled the dice and I landed on a 2. So I got a random book from your TBR. Now I did say that would be given day, but because I can't read that before I'm finished Phantom of the Opera, I will be reading New Boy, which was also a random pick from my Goodreads. So that one will count for the random pick off my TBR, or I took a TBR book. Then the third prompt is to read a classic or one with red or gold on the cover. So currently I'm still reading Phantom of the Opera. It is a classic, so I don't have the dust jacket because I don't read with dust jackets on. But if I finish this today, because I will hopefully finish it today, then this will either double up or I'll find another one to compensate. Then the fourth prompt is to read a book with illustrations, or a book with a bite, or one that's light and fluffy. So I guess I'm kind of doing one that has illustrations and has a bite. It's Monsters Calls, and it's very interesting. There's like full pages. It's not very long, but it's gonna be, I don't know. I picked it up because of all the hype about it, but I never actually read it. And I feel like it's gonna be very dark, but I'm gonna be jumping into this one within the next 2 weeks. So then the last prompt is to read a book about royalty, or the group book, which is Pages & Co., which I don't have room on my TBR for. I have an insane TBR this month, so that's just not gonna happen. So I am buddy reading Hawaii's Story by Hawaii's Queen by Lulu Kanani. Megan's gonna be screaming at me because she's told me how to pronounce that. But it's her story about how she wants the throne back after the United States annexed them into being a state. So it's good. We're only a little bit of the way through and we're gonna finish it in the next 2 weeks. So that will be my fight for the throne, although it's much more political fight for the throne. So yeah, that is my TBR. That's my wrap up or my catch up so far of how I'm doing. I hope to finish Phantom of the Opera today, but I'll let you guys know next week. I also am thinking of coming out with a Canada tag for Canada's birthday month. If you want to see that coming up this week, please let me know and I'll film it and do it very soon then. And then I'll see you next time. I hope you guys are having a good reading week. I hope you'll participate in Step Right Upathon. It's going to be a blast. I'll host the creators and the prompts and all that stuff down below. So I hope you enjoy and I will see you next time. Bye.